Hey, my loves, welcome back to another episode of 100% Lavish. Today, we are going to talk about when things are not for you. So, recently, I have realized that with the type of person I am really a empath, and I can oftentimes tell when somebody can be in my future for a long time or when they can't, or like when somebody's supposed to be around and when they're not. And I feel like this is where compatibility comes in. Oftentimes, people don't realize that compatibility plays a major part in relationships, as well as jobs, as well as almost anything in life that you do. Because if it's not compatible with you, it will not align with you and it will not feel good over time. And I think sometimes as humans, we try to make things last longer than what it's supposed to. It's not intentional, but it's like we try to make things last longer, way longer than what the fuck it's supposed to. And you realize over time that the more that you force something, the more that you try to make something more than what it is, the more that it hurts to let it go, the more that it hurts when you do have to let it go, because in reality, you're gonna have to let it go anyways. And I feel like recently, most of the generation forgets about all of that. They tend to just move and act as if everything is okay when deep down they know that it's not. I feel like recently I have been realizing that the reason that I have been in isolation mode is because a lot of the people that I surround myself, we are not like-minded, and as well as like I'm tired of being the one who constantly has issues and I communicate the issues and nothing gets fixed. And I feel like the reason nothing gets fixed is because the compatibility is because that it is just not for this to work. And the more that you force things to work and the more that you try to make things work that is not supposed to work, it just will not go because it is not supposed to work. Like, I realized as humans, we cannot force things. And the more that I reached flow state and the more that I just started doing what my body felt called to do without worrying about what's going to happen in the spiritual realm, it's like I started to feel more aligned with everything that I was doing. And I started to realize that the reason that I was doing certain things was because it didn't align with me. My body didn't feel called to do that. My body didn't want to do that. And sometimes we force things feeling like it'll make you feel better, when in reality, I feel like when you force things, it makes you feel worse, because you're forcing a feeling. You're forcing something to work when you know deep down inside it's not. And that's one thing I am going to say, that your body knows. Your body knows before you do. And sometimes it does take our brain a minute to catch up, but like your body already knows, especially when something is familiar, when it's a pattern. It's like you automatically have in your head what's going to happen. And people say that you got to watch your thoughts because your thoughts manifest what it is that you seek and what it is that you receive. I will say that your thoughts do play a role, but at the same time, it's about the action. The action that you take is literally what determines your future. Like the present action that you take, whatever you do in the current moment is going to determine your future. And I feel like oftentimes we sit here and we be like, oh, I have to watch what I think, I have to watch this. No, honestly, you need to really watch what you do. You need to watch who you surround yourself around. You need to watch why you're around things. It's like you need to start moving more intentional with the things that it is that you know. And when you're finding messages like this, please do not let it control your life. Like, always use your discernment and take what aligns and leave what doesn't. And remind yourself that these messages, they are just confirmation. These messages shouldn't be you searching for answers. These messages shouldn't be you looking to find something, because oftentimes when you find messages like this, you're finding out something that you already knew within yourself, which is exactly why people tell you to go within inner to figure out what it is that you're missing, because another person can't often tell you what it is that you're missing, because they're not you. They can tell you what they think it is. They can tell you what they feel like it is, but they're not you. And I feel like the more that you get in contact with you, the more that you start moving with you, the more that you start moving what is compatible with you, the more that you start moving what is aligned with you and what feels good to you, is when your life is starting to rewrite itself. Life will rewrite itself. That's another thing that I can say. Life will rewrite its fucking self. You do not have to sit here and think about, how am I going to do this? When is this going to happen? Like, life will do it for you. Just keep moving with what you feel called to do. Keep doing with what you feel makes sense to you, because not everything has to make sense to other people. And I also feel like that is another thing that needs to be talked about, that not everything is going to make sense. Not everything is going to be talked about. I do feel like sometimes people be expecting like situations with other people to always be talked about and always come to an end. Sometimes the ending was you realizing that it wouldn't. Sometimes the answer was you realizing that there was something within you that you needed to figure out. Like, oftentimes I think we tend to forget that we are mirrors. Like, genuinely, You have multiple reflections placed in front of you, and it is up to you on what you are going to do with the reflection that you have seen. And the type of person that I am, with the reflections that I see in other people, as well as the reflections that I see in myself, I like to take the time to sit on that and ground in that energy to see what it has done for me and what it is going to do for me and what I am going to do from this point forward. I feel like the more that you move with what you feel called to and not with what you feel like you have to do, you start to realize that often things that happen to you, it had to happen for a reason, because if it didn't happen, you wouldn't be in the position that you are in. Because I feel like if half the things that happened to me in my life wouldn't have happened, I feel like I eventually would have got here, but I wouldn't have gotten here now. I wouldn't have been here now. I wouldn't have been able to have the conversations that I'm having now. I wouldn't have felt comfortable to even make a video like this now. I wouldn't have been able to feel comfortable with every decision that I make, knowing that whatever decision I make was right. And also knowing that when I distance myself, I'm not distancing myself to be an asshole or none of that. Sometimes I just have to get away just to make sure what I'm feeling is correct. And sometimes when I distance myself, it is just what it is. And now sometimes we won't speak again. It's not that it's bad blood. It's not that I hate you. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that we no longer align. And I feel like when you start to move and go with what you feel called to do, when life rewires itself, a lot of things that don't belong anymore, or a lot of things that don't associate with who you are anymore, they get stripped away. And sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't, but it's nothing against you. Like, the world is not against you, which is exactly why when the world puts you in isolation, the world is not against you. Sometimes you just have to be alone so that you can figure out the things that you were missing because you were so distracted by the outside noise around you, which is exactly why sometimes when we finally figure out what the problem was, we realize we were the main root of the problem, and it makes us overly emotional because we realize that we were in control the whole time. Even though we couldn't control how people treated us, we couldn't control the outcome, we can control how long we stayed, we can control how long we feed it into the energy. And I think that's what hurts the most, that knowing that you had control to leave and you didn't. But you also have to remind yourself that there was a reason you didn't leave. There was a reason that certain things didn't happen, because either you weren't ready or you didn't have the knowledge that you had today. Like, think about it. If you had the knowledge that you had today a while back, you wouldn't have went through the shit. And it wouldn't have been as enlightening. It would have just been like, oh, okay. But now it's like, damn, I had to go through that. I had to go experience that because it taught me something. Like, I feel like life, the whole purpose of life is an experience, to be taught something and to realize that not everything is going to make sense and not everything is going to work for you. Not everything is going to be perfect. Not everything is going to be what you expect it to be. Sometimes life is just life. And the more that you learn to just live with whatever life gives you, then the more that you start to feel satisfied in your body and in your soul, because you realize that you woke up today. A part of you waking up today, you have decisions that you can make. Whatever decision that you want to make is whatever decision that you want to make. If you decide you don't want to do anything today, you don't do anything today. If you decide that you want to go make a step towards the goals and what it is that you want, then you go do that. It's like you are rewarded for the actions that you take. Even though it's not instant sometimes, you are always still rewarded. And you will get many confirmations as you're there too. You will get many, like, head nods from the universe, like, yeah, you were supposed to do that. Like, you're exactly where you are. And even when you don't feel that, you need to know that regardless in life, wherever you are right now, whatever mindset you have right now, wherever you function right now, however you're moving, wherever you live, whatever is going on with you right now, you are supposed to be there. There is a reason that you are exactly where you are. And just know that you will elevate. You will get to where you want to get. You will be everything and more that you want to be. You will attract the love that you want. You will attract the wealth that you want. You will attract the family that you want. You will attract the cars, the housing and all that. You will attract everything that you want. It's just you have to get through the right now. But in order for you to get through the right now, you have to live. You have to live, regardless on if it's always some shit or if it's not always some shit. What are you going to do? I can't say that you can change everything. You can't. You can't really change other people. You can't change other people's thought patterns. You can't change what happens. But what you can change is you, your perspective, and what you are going to do about it. And I think that is honestly today's message and today's flow state. So just remind yourself that you are loved, you are valued, and everything that you want is yours. And you are not crazy for having intuition. You are not crazy for having discernment. You are not crazy for being able to know things that most people wouldn't notice. Welcome to the level of consciousness that you unlocked, because anybody can unlock it, and you happen to be one of the chosen ones who have unlocked it. And I hope people realize that chosen ones doesn't just mean that the anointed ones. Chosen ones also mean that you chose to take a different life path than other people would. Realize that you are different. You are out of like the 1% of the whole world. And because you are seeing this video, I need you to understand that you have some type of power and some type of energy within you that nobody else has. We are all different, and you carry something different. You have a value, you have a purpose, and it is up to you to figure it out and what it is that you want out of life. So just know, I love you. God loves you. Stay blessed. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of 100% Lavish.